Hey, this is Rock with 1-800-ROCK Hotline, and I'm going to give a warning to all the viewers watching this. This is a sensitive subject, and so it might give people triggers or flashbacks themselves. So, I was born a month late with the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck 3 times. My face was black and blue, and I was born with a Bell's palsy. So I almost died, and after I was born, they took me to PICU, and actually, I think I could have, passed away. And so my mom almost died as well, and so she was out of it for I think 3 days or so. I'm not sure. So I grew up with 3 other sisters. So there was 4 of us. If you know my name, then you know my sisters possibly. And so my mom divorced my dad when I was 3 or 4 years old. And so my mom and my grandma were taking care of us when we were little. So a lot of people probably grew up with getting a spanking, which we got spankings a lot, but some of them were excessive to the point where we had welts on our body. Now, I believe when you get a spanking, you spank the child, you make sure they know what they did was wrong, and you go about your way. Okay. But when you spank a child and they have welts on their body, to me that's abuse. That's just abuse. And when you throw, like my mom did, things at your children, like if you hit them with a broom or you throw brushes at them, etc., that is abuse. So that's what happened. My mom also decided to find some men to take care of her. And so she put us behind these men or whatever. So growing up, I'm just going to say, growing up, like I said, we used to get whoopings. So it was to the point to where, like I said, there was welts. When we got older and we were in school, we weren't fed properly. We had to eat off our friends' plates at lunch, which was neglect. I was neglected by my mom, who knew female wise that she had endometriosis and I had female problems, but she never took the time out to tell the doctors about the endometriosis and I could possibly have it, and never took the time out to get me the proper medical care that I needed to get to see if I had endometriosis. That comes into play later. So, I had to deal with that a lot, being in pain. And not only was I in pain, I remember getting sick plenty of times. There was a incident where I was in my room and I was in so much pain. I felt like I was going to throw up, so I covered my mouth. And I remember running down the hallway to the restroom that the throw up was coming out of my nose. And so my mom didn't want to clean it up and she got mad at me for it. So being sick and pain, being sick, and everything, she made me clean it up instead of helping me out. So there was that. She would stay out when we were younger, plenty of times. And my grandma was the one that was taking care of us, because she did work several jobs, and I understand that. She was trying to take care of us. But like I said, she was also trying to find a man that would take care of her, and of course, take care of us because she had to. She would call us names or call me names. She would be emotionally, psychologically, and verbally abusive. There would be times when she she was taking care of some girls that she was mentoring, and she took my bike away and gave it to them and said that I was too big for it, but I was the same size. All throughout high school and like junior high, I was about 110 pounds, and I'm about 5'5". So that being said, I used to run track, play volleyball and basketball, so I had some muscle on me and everything. But if I didn't play the sports and have the muscle, I wouldn't have been 110 pounds. I would have been a lot skinnier. So there was that was going on as well. Some things are hard to remember because of so much trauma there was. I put a lot of it in the back of my mind because of the hurt, um, and the abuse and the emotional abuse, psychological abuse, physical abuse. Um, I just felt that I wasn't loved, that she didn't love me, that she resented me for some reason. I can't speak for my sisters, but I can only speak for me. I at one point even asked my mom when I was adult, growing up, did she even want to have me? Because I just never felt like I was wanted or loved or anything like that. Um, so I know when I was younger, because of the torment and the pain that I went through, I wanted to, when I was little, I wanted to unalive myself. And I knew how I wanted to do it, but I never did do it back then. There was times when I was sleeping on a bed, and I remember she sold the bed and gave it to somebody else. And my sister had given me the bed because she bought it with her own money. And my mom said that since it was in her house, it was hers. So there was a lot of things that she would take away from me because she wanted to, but it wasn't right because it was mine and it wasn't hers. So there was another time, she asked me about having sexual relations with a guy, and she told me she wasn't going to get mad at me if I told her. So I told her the truth about it, and I told her I was. And instead of her consoling me, she got upset with me and said she couldn't believe I did it, and how do I know I don't have anything? And she just really put me down and made me feel like nothing. And the fact that I told her the truth and didn't lie to her just, made me feel so bad and so wrong. There was times when I was in high school that there was I would be picked on, harassed, bullied, and I would go home and tell her about it, and she never went to the school, she never did anything. She told me to just ignore them. And I asked her one time if I got in a fight and I was hit and I defended myself, and if I got in trouble um, at school, would I get in trouble with her? And she told me yes, I would get in trouble with her. So I never defended myself when it came to being bullied at school. Um, the mean things that kids would say to me was horrible. I felt very unloved. Um, I felt like I was less of a person. What was the point of me being around, being there? Um, I even ended up, when I was in college, being harassed in college, and she blamed me for not only she blamed me for being harassed and bullied in high school, and in like middle school. I was harassed and bullied in college, and she even blamed me for that. Um, she wouldn't let me, when I went to college, live at the house. She basically told me I couldn't move back. My dad didn't know any of this that raised me. So I had to stay in the dorm room because I had nowhere else to go and put up with being harassed and bullied. So some people might think, oh yeah, this is nothing, it's not abuse or things like that, but it is abuse, when you're young and you need your parents. Like I said, my dad didn't know about it and I thought he did. Um, and you have somebody who you feel cares for you or is supposed to care for you, and they do the things, they talk to you like you're less of a person. They throw things at you, or they hit you, or they're hitting your siblings. It really does a number on you. Um, you just that's just, I don't know. You feel it in your core, and sometimes you never think about the good times in your life that's happened to you. And I never felt that there was too many good things that happened to me. Like I said, I never felt loved or appreciated. Growing up as an adult, um, my mom woke me up one time when I was staying with her and yelled at me because she thought I was parked in a handicap spot, and I told her I wasn't, and she literally yelled at me for it, and you know made me feel like I was a kid again. Like, she was pushing me around, and she didn't even apologize to it. She didn't acknowledge it or anything. Like, I've given her chance after chance, and she just always still lets me down, and always, like, psychologically and emotionally abuses me. Um, she even one time, when I couldn't sleep, called the mental health police on me, and that didn't turn out well. And I'm just like, how can you love somebody and treat them like that? You know, when you're a mother to a child, you're supposed to love your child unconditionally. You're not supposed to, like, you're not supposed to be angry at them, and you're not supposed to hit them and cause physical abuse, psychological abuse, mental abuse. You're supposed to love them unconditionally. You're supposed to teach them, how to be a better person, in the world. Because growing up in an abusive household, it can go two ways. You can either not be abusive, love your family and your friends and, the people, that you're around, and hold them close, or you can be the abuser and cause drama and be abusive and, just be really spiteful, be really mean, and I would say be evil. I mean, it's just wrong, you know. It and it still, you know, messes with people when they're abused as children. You know, they might be able to have coping mechanisms and a way to cope, but it's still always in the back of their mind, you know. They sometimes have triggers, you know, of the feeling that they got when the loved one that they have when they were little, they were doing things to them. I mean, people don't realize that, you know. I still have issues, you know, with my mom. And to this day, I don't talk to her because she still is emotionally, psychologically, you know, mentally abusive. You know, I don't let her touch me, but, you know, she's abusive in other ways. And I stopped her because I'm not going to be around that. I'm not a victim, you know. I'm victorious. And, you know, if you're not going to take accountability for your actions, what you did to me when I was little and what you're doing to me now, I'm not going to talk to you. So, I've had to let her go and I love her, but I can't deal with it anymore. You know, I love myself too much. And I've said on my Instagram, you know, let the negative go so the positive can flow. And I'm talking about in the present, you know, what's going on, let it go. You know, don't let people treat you a certain way. Don't hang on to it. Don't worry about it because karma will take care of those people. And even what happened to you in the past when you were little, karma will take care of that too. You can let go of the pain. You can let go of the past. You know, but there's still some things that are there, you know, psychologically that's happened to you, you know? And it's hard. It's very hard, you know? So I'm going to end this video here now because I'm at 17 minutes, about to be 18 or so. So please subscribe to this channel. My name is Rock, and this is 1-800-ROCK hotline. My email is one800roc@gmail.com, and share your stories with me because I'm here to share my story with you guys, and I would like to show other people, share other people's stories, but nobody has sent me anything yet, so I can't share somebody else's story if I don't have it. So go ahead and email me. Tell me about your story. Tell me about the things that affected you and your way to cope. You know, because somebody else might learn something from you, from me, from us. You know, from, you know, anybody that's willing to, you know, share their story. People are willing to listen. So like I said, go ahead and message me there. You can make a comment on here, positive please, and I will talk to you guys later. I'm about to go to bed. That's why I'm in these pajamas and everything. So love yourself and love others. And like I said, let the negative go so the positive can flow. Bring it in. Let the negative go so the positive can flow. So, and, you know, I'm here to help and share your story so people can learn from you. With that said, I will be back probably tomorrow. Bye.